Okay, I was going to talk about the scorpion, and um, well, it's never going to be easy for me to talk about scorpions because I don't think I've ever even seen a scorpion. There's no scorpions that live where I live, and when I've traveled to places where they might be, I never saw one. So, what do we know about scorpions? They've got a stinger and they like to get into your clothes. If you drop your jeans on the floor in your bedroom at nighttime, in the morning, you have to shake out your jeans because they might have a scorpion in them. What else do we know about scorpions? Well, if they were evil spirits and you wanted to create a barrier around you, a protective barrier so that you didn't have evil spirits come and visit you or give you nightmares, some people say you can do protection. Like imagine white light all around you or some kind of blue bubble around you or something. And people say you could put crystals around your bed at nighttime. You can burn sage. Um, some people play YouTube videos that are designed to fry evil spirits. Some people say that they work. Some people say that some of these YouTube videos with these weird noises will get rid of a cold. Yes, someone said it actually worked. I listen to these kind of things that they give me that say that they drive away evil. They drive me away. I must be an evil spirit. I can't stand listening to the horrible noise. It's like in the old days when they had fax machine when it was first connecting, it would go. That's what these kind of videos on YouTube sound like, and I just find them annoying, so I don't want to deal with it. Now, what has the United States got to do with scorpions? Mm. It was Donald Trump. Donald Trump issued presidential pardons to people in the U.S. military who um, were convicted or about to be convicted of war crimes. And the question is this a good thing or a bad thing? Um, well, I did an earlier take where I said it was a bad thing to be encouraging war criminals to be in your Army, Navy, Air Force, and Space Force. Because you're breaking the Geneva Conventions on Warfare, which means that you're an uncivilized nation. But if I have to take the alternate tack, I'm going to say, well, it's kind of the Cheney Bush Rumsfeld doctrine of those years after 9/11, where you're going to waterboard everyone and torture them to get information, and then you're going to use drones to blow people up by remote control. Um, the idea of pardoning war criminals in your military is um, don't fuck with us. We're the United States of America. We're a superpower, and the people who are in our army aren't gonna take shit from no one. And if you screw with us, you don't understand. We're gonna really make you pay. So you better think twice before you do anything against us. That is the message. It's basically, you know, don't screw with us. Unfortunately, it means that, you know, this flag no longer stands for the Geneva Conventions on Civilization. It is basically the corporate states of America, because everyone knows that the corporations buy the corrupt politicians. So, in essence, what you have is a fascist state. The United States of America is a fascist state because fascism is when you join the government to the business community, and then you have an enormous enforcement arm called police and military. So, is it a democracy? Is it a republic? Or is it a fascist state? I have to go with a fascist state because Nancy Pelosi, um, in an interview with Fast Company magazine, when someone, a young person, said, "We don't like capitalism," well, Nancy Pelosi was, "We're capitalists." And so Senator Pelosi basically said that she is a capitalist, which means that she is not a Democrat, she's not a Republican, she is a fascist. And if you remember in World War II, the fascist, most famous fascist of all, was Benito Mussolini, who was the El Duce, the leader of uh, Italy during World War II, and he was an ally of Adolf Hitler of Nazi Germany. Um, so he was a dictator, and fascism. Well, the famous thing that the Italians said, at least Mussolini made the trains run on time. In the end, the Italian people hung Mussolini, and he was left hanging so people would see what they thought of the dictator El Duce after they'd gone through the war. Someone else made a strange comment about the word Nazi. We were always told in school that Nazi stood for National Socialism, and that was the name of Hitler's political party, National Socialism. Socialism is very strange because Nazi Germany was a fascist state. It was the enormous banks and it was the industrialists were producing everything for Nazi Germany. So it wasn't socialism, it was fascism under the name socialism. But this particular article I was reading yesterday said that was incorrect, that it is actually, now this is really weird, but what's the name of the branch of Jews that were known as Khazars? Some people said they weren't even real Jews. The Khazars, the Khazarian mafia, Ashkenazi is another name. I might have said it wrong. Not a familiar name to me. But somebody in an article said that's where Nazi came from, short form of Ashkenazi. Kanazi? I don't know how you say it, but that's where they said it came from. And they said that the Jewish bankers were bankrolling Hitler. And a little known fact is that on Hitler's mother's side, he was Jewish, and Jewishness gets passed down through the mother. So, the man most famous for gassing the Jews in the Holocaust was a Jew himself. It was also rumored that Hitler only had one testicle. Anyway, it's very strange. And then, the other weird thing was someone said that um, Hitler's daughter was Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany present day, and that Hitler didn't die by suicide at the end of World War II, as it was reported, but he went to perhaps South America or Antarctica, and that he was cloned. And then there was the strange movie in the 1970s um, called The Boys from Brazil about either clones of Hitler or children of Hitler. I can't remember. I think it was clones. And that was Donald Pleasance, who was in the movie The Boys from Brazil. And sometimes we say that our friend Little by Little sometimes appears to look like Donald Pleasance, the actor. Don't shoot the messenger. I have no idea if the Nazis were in bed with um, the Khazarian mafia. But if you're interested in conspiracy theories, as I am, that is one of the conspiracy theories. And the idea, this particular article I was reading yesterday said, was it was a way to get the state of Israel created by exporting the Jewish people from Germany to present day Israel because the Nazis were the cover story. And then I don't know how you would ever fit the Holocaust into this conspiracy theory. It doesn't really fit. Anyways, I'm only reporting the news as it comes to me. I never created this story, so please don't shoot the messenger. I am the messenger talking to you about Donald Trump's war criminal pardons. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Um, well, in one episode of Battlestar Galactica, they had to have a sacrificial goat because of all the shenanigans that had gone on. Um, and there was some kind of conspiracy to depose the political structure of the Battlestar Galactica and the fleet. And so someone was pushed out of an airlock, and the existing president had to be pushed aside so she wouldn't have been tarnished by this war crime. But the war crime happened because they had to get rid of somebody, and someone had to be the scapegoat. And then once that was done, then the acting president was deposed, and the original President Roslin was put back in, and her hands weren't sullied by this war crime. If I was American, would I vote for Donald Trump in the upcoming election? The answer is I'm not American. I don't have to make the choice, and I'm not going to tell you what to vote for, other than if you're a humanitarian, you'd vote for Bernie Sanders. But if you are still involved with bravado and um, causing a big stink, then maybe you like to have the ultimate, I was going to say liar, but someone wants to say lawyer. Why is Donald Trump a lawyer? That is something I will have to meditate on for another day. But in the meantime, I'm going to call him because everyone says he's got more lies attributed to him than anyone else.